All right, so moving on to our second to last story, we are talking about Nichijou, an anime that I am so happy we can finally talk about.
It's funny.
No, because
I actually know of this series, but from another friend, because it's the only anime they've watched.
You told me this, yes.
Yeah.
And I said they are a man of culture as well. Very smart. No, because I saw this show a while ago, not in full, but I was seeing a bit of it, and then I heard, like, oh, Funimation bringing it out, and I was like, oh, man, I'd love to see, because it's such a funny, wacky, out-of-this-world show.
Right.
It reminds me in a way, not 100%, just from what you've shown me of it, it kind of reminds me of Zombieland Saga.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
With some of its wacky, out-there humor. I'm not saying it's one-to-one, of course, but there's certain parts of it that when I think about it, I'm like, oh, yeah, like some of the stuff, like just the fact that, there's a certain opening scene in Zombieland Saga, not going to spoil it, very much reminds me of the type of humor you would see when the principal of the school is fucking German suplexing a deer.
A deer, right, yeah.
It was just so odd. I love it so much. But here's the thing, though, and I think we may have talked about this when it happened originally. When it first came out by Funimation on DVD Blu-ray, sub-only, which I'm not saying that that's a terrible thing. It's just you and I both know sub-only, that can limit its appeal in the market. Also, depending on how the subs work, it could be funny, but it's still, if it's too how do I say this? If it doesn't stray away too much from the one-to-one translation, then it maybe isn't as funny. So you really have to have someone who's good with comedy to help translate that, because it relies a lot on just wordplay and other references and stuff. So I was hoping it would do well, but even then, I knew that there was never going to be a dub, which sucks because, again, a dub is it kind of, well, at least giving Funimation and also the original publisher some of that sweet, sweet TV money, Adult Swim, Toonami would never have it on the air.
Right.
But very interesting and odd, which Funimation, I've never seen them do this before. I'm sure they have, and someone can tell us about them doing it in the comment section down below, but I've never seen them do this. They are now re-releasing it on DVD Blu-ray with the dub.
Huh.
Yes, so this is not something that's exclusive to streaming or something, Tristan. No, this English dub is coming out on DVD Blu-ray. So they're releasing it again with the dub. I know Sentai Filmworks usually does that, but I understand why they do that. They're, compared to Funimation, not in general, but just compared to Funimation, they were a much smaller company.
Right.
And, you license something, you make a bare bones sub-edition, and if it really sells well, you're like, damn, I guess this really does warrant an English dub.
Right.
So I get it. But in this case, I was confused because Nichijou has been very popular for a while now, and there are some people that are speculating maybe it has to do with the fact that Funimation wants to have, more content for their Funimation Now streaming service.
Right.
So it's just something, hey, they already have it, licensed, boom, put it out to dub. Some people are saying maybe it's because it was originally a license rescue from Bandai because they were trying to put it out, but then Bandai, like the U.S. of A version of Bandai, like that division shut down. So maybe that's why it took them so long to, and again, I'm referring to the Bandai licensing edition, not so much the toys, but still, because of that, maybe that's why it was like, let's just kind of put this out and then we'll see what happens if it's popular. But apparently Nichijou was very popular. It's like, it was top 10 on Amazon at one point.
Right, yeah.
So very popular, very funny. Everyone loved it. So I'm wondering, this is my speculation, Tristan, what do you think? I'm wondering if after the potential success of something like Pop Team Epic, or the way they like the comedy of Pop Team Epic, or just because of how funny Nichijou is, Adult Swim is like, hey, we would like a spot for Nichijou, but it has to be dubbed. Funimation is like, just give us a bit. Give us some time.
Yeah, right.
Because there's always room for comedy on Toonami, at least one show that's a straight-up comedy. So, Tristan, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'd love it if Nichijou came to Toonami. That'd be great. It's definitely got enough, like, just, it does have a certain hilarity to it that I don't really know how to put to words.
Balls to the wall, crazy.
Yeah, I've seen various clips of it, and yeah, just from that, I'm like, yeah, I'd watch this. I have it. It's definitely on the bucket list.
Yeah, I don't think it's still on Crunchyroll because I believe it was taken down due to the Crunchymation, Funimation marriage, the divorce.
Yeah.
But I think it's hopefully available for free subbed through Funimation streaming service. I don't know if you know this, Tristan. This is not like a sponsored ad or something funny like that. I'm just being dead serious. So you and I know, you know that I did a review for with Tara for the first season of My Hero Academia. So when trying to do that, I was like, well, I don't have any of this on my DVR. They were currently airing season 2 at the time on Toonami. So I exhaled a rather large fuck. And so I was just like, oh, because I wanted to see it in English.
Right.
So I didn't know what the fuck to do. So I went on Funimation's site, and I was like, they're not going to give me the dub for free. Even like a simul-dub type thing, they're not going to fucking give that to me for free. And they did.
Well, no.
I felt like I mean, there were ads, but I felt like I was stealing. I was like, this isn't right. This is not, but this is a dub.
I feel dirty. I feel like I need to take a shower.
Yeah, no, because I understood if they were like sub only, but they were like, no, here's a dub. You want it, right? I was like, yeah, I want it. So like, I was so confused. So
you want the dub? I want that dub.
So maybe, even though it's not available on Crunchyroll subbed, maybe you could watch it dubbed, subbed on Funimation's website before the dub comes out, because I know you like the dubs and stuff like that. You're a dub man, but still, if it's available subbed, I mean, you watched all of JoJo subbed. So
yeah, I mean, it's funny. It depends on the series for me. Sometimes
I know
I like a
that
dub,
too. Yeah.
Sometimes I like a sub, but yeah.
Yeah, you're not a steak every day kind of man. I get you. Variety is the spice of life. But but seriously though, so yeah, I'm just happy that this is getting a dub because again, regardless of what you, and I mean the general you, think about dubs, dub helps bring in money. It does, dubs in general help bring in money. It helps bring in more fans, and with that, whatever you like keeps on pumping. Like the blood in it keeps on pumping because of a dub.
Right.
You don't have to like the dubs. You don't have to watch the dubs. I totally get it. That's fine. But it's not like there's it's not like there's a crazy like dub tax on discs like there used to be, or at least not dub. Well, I shouldn't say discs, but like on VHS tapes where it's just like, oh, the dub is more expensive, or in certain cases the sub would be more expensive. Yada yada. It's not like that at all anymore. It's not like, I mean, yes, there is a huge price that's on the publisher's head in trying to make a dub. Yes. But still, it's not like, a disc is crazy expensive just because it's a dub, unless the company just started, which, I think we've talked about this before, happened with, like, Anime Midstream, where they were literally putting out Raijin-O, like, $20-some-odd for, like, 10 episodes. And then for the second half of the show, they cut the dub entirely, and then it was sub-only for the other, like, 26. So, in that one case, it's like the one case you could be like, all right, there's the one. But like Funimation isn't going to sell you something bare bones and make it significantly less because they still put all that money into licensing regardless. But the question is this, though, and I don't know how to feel about this, but I want to throw it over to you because I've been ranting. Do you think that the dub is going to do well on disc on a re-release? Not like the dub, but general sales of the re-released disc will do well.
I mean, I think it still will, yeah. Because it's been a while, hasn't it?
You know what? I'll check that out. I haven't been that long, I believe. Like, it hasn't been like 5 years. I believe it's still. Because I'm pretty sure it's a 2 to 3 year gap or less. Let me see. I'll check right now. The reason why I don't think it'll do well, I think like you and I would be more inclined to buy it. Like, oh, we missed it the first time, and now there's a dub. Yeah. Why not? But it was on. If it was top 10 on Amazon, that market, the part, the larger part of the market, that may have already been met.
Right.
So, honestly, I don't know if it really has, any a large potential of selling well. But that's why I hope that maybe it does get on Toonami, because if it does, that would open it up potentially to even more households, potentially. I know cable isn't what it used to be, obviously, but it might have a bigger reach in some respects, and because of that, you would then get more people to buy it than you had before, even though it was very large on Amazon. Now, referring to Funimation's release, it was released with subtitles on Blu-ray and DVD, February 2017.
Right.
That isn't long. I think it's funny. You want to capitalize on how popular Nichijou still is, so you don't want to wait that long. But you are in this weird position where you're re-releasing it let's see, it's a little over 2 years to be fair, but still a little over 2 years later with an English dub, and some people are understandably thinking, why didn't you just release it with a dub the first time?
Right, yeah.
Especially when Bandai Entertainment, that's the name of the company I was looking for, not just Bandai. Bandai Entertainment was going to release it July 2011, but then when it got canceled, it took 6 years to finally come out by Funimation. I understand why some people are a little bit frustrated, especially if they already bought the sub only. Yeah. No, that I get. It's just one of those things where, for once, my lackadaisical attitude actually worked in my favor.
Right.
Rather than screwing it up. Yeah. So either way, though, and by the way, the dub will be out on DVD, Blu-ray, July 23rd, 2019. So, yes. Although it says a dubbed re-release by Funimation will be available. I don't know if that means it's going to be on sale or if it's going to be released first through their streaming service and then put on DVD Blu-ray.
Right.
But we know it's getting re-released on DVD Blu-ray. Like, we know that. I just don't know if it's going to get that re-release that soon. Huh.
Yeah.
And there's probably no way for me to check. Because if I look for Nichijou on Right Stuff, they're probably just going to show me the original one. Oh, that's interesting. If this is what I think this is, oh, wow, dear God. Holy shit, fuck. No, let me explain. The retail price of Nichijou, again, this is Japanese language with subtitles, $70.
Oh, wow.
But it was brought down to $36.
Oh.
Well, because I assume they were trying to sell those remaining copies before they announced that the dub was coming out.
Right.
And now it's out of stock, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, I wonder. No, because it's weird. I wonder if maybe they had it that expensive because they thought, but it sucks though, because if someone paid anywhere close to 70, even if it was like 60, if anyone paid anywhere close to 70, thinking, well, there's never going to be a dub that sucks, but I love this.
Coming out, yeah.
With a dub, probably for $50 to $60.
That's pretty rough. Yeah.
That's pretty rough. Because I would have bought it sub only for $36.
Yeah, right.
With free Right Stuff shipping, because the whole series is 26 episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I would have bought that, but yeah, I understand why some people are frustrated to say the least.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to, because I understand in that case, but general dub, people who are like, oh, I hate dubs, that I don't get. But in this case, but in this case, when it comes to, hey, I put X amount of money into this, what the hell? Yeah. I hear you. And oh God, dude. So, but as we wrap this one up, yeah, apparently on Amazon, it's $65 for Nichijou with the dub in there, right? But Amazon has it brought down to $46.
Huh.
So yeah, if you paid 30 some odd or even more than that, maybe before they brought it down to 36, I'm assuming they had it a little bit higher up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could have paid $46, let's say. Again, just assuming before it was, brought down for sub only. And now for 46, it's like, or you could get both. Oof.
Right, yeah.
That's rough.
Somebody made a mistake. Well,
I mean
yeah, at the time, they couldn't do it, so.
I mean, that's the thing. Maybe they could have, but it would have been delayed till 2019, and then you don't know if there really is. Like, I'm wondering if Funimation was like, maybe there really isn't that much, isn't that, much fan demand because it's been 8 years.
Yeah.
Well, 6 at the time. And it's like, no, guys, actually, a lot of fan demand. You probably should have waited. But that's something that sucks, too, about this, not about the industry as a whole, but about, just the way waves come in and out and stuff. If you told me right now, an anime from 7 years ago is going to be a bestseller, I'd probably pick a lot of shonen titles before a comedy slice of life.
Yeah, right.
And nothing against comedy slice of life, anime. It's just.
Oh yeah, no.
It's just that this one is so good.
Right.
It's just so fucking good. Again, haven't finished it, but man, if I had the cash, I'd pull the trigger right now and pre-order this.
Right.
It's just très bien, très magnifique. So good. Such a funny show. Anyway, we're going to wrap this one up. I want to hear what you guys have to say down below. If you have already bought this, do you feel slighted? Are you going to double dip? If you haven't bought it yet, do you have an itchy trigger finger like me? Are you going to click the pre-order button right now? Are you interested? Does the dub make you interested at all, or are you just happy that it's a reduced price? So all of that stuff, tell me what you think about it down in the comment section down below.